I swear, the documents were finalized yesterday. There must be a misunderstanding at the bank.
The bank? But you said.
When you agree to something you didn't want to do. What if I told you that manipulators rely on isn't about intelligence? It's about exploiting universal human needs for belonging, validation, and certainty. Manipulators use predictable tactics: guilt tripping, gaslighting, love bombing. They weaponize your empathy, your desire for harmony, and your self-doubt. But here's the empowering truth. Manipulation only works when specific psychological one, setting and enforcing non-negotiable limits. Clear boundaries are your first line of defense. This means knowing your limits and communicating them without apology or over-explanation. Manipulators constantly test boundaries with small requests, gauging how much you'll compromise. Without clear boundaries, they push incrementally until you're trapped. When you set vague boundaries, manipulist, practice the complete sentence, "I'm not comfortable with that," or "that doesn't work for me." Notice you divide. Start small. Set one boundary this week in a low-stakes situation. When someone pushes back, repeat your boundary calmly once more, then end the conversation. Boundaries without enforcement are merely suggestions. Behavior 2. Recognizing your emotional state in real time. Emotional awareness means cues. "I'm feeling guilty right now," or "this is anxiety, not intuition."
Manipulators are emotional puppeteers. They trigger guilt, fear, obligation, or shifts. The affect heuristic shows we make decisions based on current emotions, not logic. Manipulate. Practice name it to tame it. Throughout your day, pause and label. "I'm feeling anxious." Before making decisions during emotional conversations, say, "I need time to think about this." Emotional awareness breaks the manipulation chain by creating space between feeling and action. Behavior 3. Analyzing the why behind people's actions. Ask,
Manipulators disguise their true motives behind seemingly helpful advice, concern, or generosity. They do you unsolicited favors to create obligation. Without questioning motives, you mistake manipulation for care. Most people suffer from the transparency illusion. We assume others' motives are as obvious and pure as our own. When receiving advice or favors, ask yourself, what does this person gain if I follow this path? Practice separating impact from intention. Someone can have selfish motives even while appearing caring. Trust actions over words, patterns over promises. If stated motives and actual behavior 4, honoring your gut feelings without proof. Your intuition is pattern recognition at subconscious speed. Trusting it means acting on that something's off feeling, even when you can't articulate why. Gaslighting works by making you distrust your own perceptions. They say, "You're too sensitive," or "that never happened." Your gut processes micro-expressions, tone shifts, and behavioral inconsistencies faster than conscious thoughts. Journal. Write down gut feelings and later verify if they were accurate. This builds trust in your inner compass. When someone contradicts your experience, say, "I trust my perception of this situation." You don't need to. Remember, manipulation depends on you doubting yourself more than you doubt them. Flip that script.
Behavior 5. Forming opinions through personal research. Independent thinkers gather multiple perspectives and reach conclusions without social pressure. Everyone thinks you're wrong. The Ash conformity experiments revealed people will deny obvious reality to fit in with a group. Manipulators turn our survival mechanism against us by manufacturing false majorities. Social. Before forming opinions, actively seek contradicting viewpoints. Ask, what would someone who disagrees believe and why?
Practice saying, "I disagree" in low-stakes conversations to build the muscle. When someone uses everyone or no one, ask for specifics. Who specifically said that? Use Behavior 6. Deriving self-worth from internal standards.
Manipulators use intermittent reinforcement, randomly giving approval to create psychological addiction. Skinner proved intermittent reinforcement creates the strongest behavioral conditioning, stronger than consistent rewards. List 5 things you respect about yourself that no one else can see or validate. These are your anchors. When you seek approval, pause and ask, do I agree with myself here? Practice self-recognition. Create validation rituals. Journal 3 things you did well each day. The goal isn't eliminating external. When someone withdraws approval to manipulate you, their opinion becomes irrelevant because your self-worth is not. Behavior 7. Responding thoughtfully instead of reacting emotionally. Non-reacts, you observe emotions without being controlled by them. You pause, breathe, then choose your response. Manipulators provoke reactions to make you look unstable or to derail conversations. They use baiting. The amygdala hijack happens when emotional responses bypass rational thought. Practice the sacred pause. When provoked, take 3 deep breaths before responding. Use the mantra, this is a strategy, not a conversation. Recognize baiting for what it is. These 7 behaviors aren't about becoming cold. They're about becoming sovereign, psychologically. Which behavior will you develop first? Comment below. Subscribe for more psychology-backed self-mastery. The best defense